For over a year, this program has been telling you that ISIS is committing genocide. Well, now the European Parliament is agreeing because the terror group has been killing Christians and other religious minorities.
The Parliament's vote this week was unanimous and historic. George Thomas has the story.
Members of the European Parliament say that what the Islamic terror group ISIS is doing to Christians and other religious minorities in Syria and Iraq amounts to war crimes and genocide.
It's very important to call it genocide. It's important because it's the truth.
Nina Shea is with Freedom House. Her group has been documenting ISIS atrocities.
In the ISIS-controlled territory, there's no evidence right now of any Christian life. All the Christians have either been killed or driven out. The Yazidis, thousands of them, their women are now sex slaves.
The resolution by the European Parliament says those who intentionally commit atrocities for religious or ethnic reasons must be charged with crimes against humanity.
And if we take this solemn vow of never again, as we have since the Jewish Holocaust under the Nazis, we have to call it as such for the Christians.
Former Congressman Frank Wolf, who has for decades given voice to persecuted Christians around the world, welcomed the unanimous vote, saying it finally recognizes the pain and suffering of those living under constant ISIS threat.
To call it genocide would honor those who have been the subject of genocide, so we remember.
The plight of Middle East Christians is sobering. In Syria, the number of believers has plummeted from 1.2 million to less than 500,000. In neighboring Iraq, roughly two-thirds of that country's 1.5 million Christians have either been killed or forced to flee by ISIS. Shea is now calling on the White House to follow the European Parliament's example and label what's happening to Christians in the Middle East as genocide.
There's a reluctance on the part of the administration to call it genocide against Christians. They have told us privately that they will call it genocide against Yazidis, but not Christians.
On the other hand, Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton has already said that ISIS is committing genocide. During a New Hampshire town hall in late December, Clinton says she was initially reluctant to use the word since it requires countries to take specific action to stop the genocide. Now, she's convinced otherwise.
I am sure now we have enough evidence. What is happening is genocide, deliberately aimed at destroying not only the lives, but wiping out the existence of Christians and other religious minorities in the Middle East in territory controlled by ISIS.
The European Parliament resolution calls on the International Criminal Court to begin investigating violations by ISIS against Christians, Yazidis, and other religious minorities. George Thomas, CBN News.